Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, to another exciting deep dive into the world of rare coins, where a small overlooked piece of change in your pocket could secretly be hiding a life-changing fortune. And today we are diving into one of the most surprising and extraordinary stories in the entire coin collecting world, the unbelievable tale of the 1990 quarter dollar that has stunned collectors, investors, and enthusiasts because of its astonishing value of up to $3 million. A value driven entirely by a number of mysterious minting anomalies, hidden errors, strange die events, and production oddities that have pushed this otherwise ordinary Denver minted quarter into the realm of legendary collectibles. And as we start this journey, I want to welcome all of you who love discovering the secrets behind coins that look like simple pocket change but actually hold massive financial potential, because this 1990 quarter is one of those unbelievable specimens that keeps collectors scanning every coin they receive in change, convinced that maybe, just maybe, lightning could strike and they could find the next $1 million rarity sitting unnoticed in a coin jar or tucked into a forgotten drawer. And the story of why this particular quarter has skyrocketed in value is full of twists and possibilities that make it a perfect example of how minting errors transform a coin from common to priceless. So let's delve deeply into every aspect of this incredible piece, exploring how even the tiniest deviations during the minting year of 1990 contributed to creating one of the rarest and most valuable modern quarters in numismatic history, starting with the fact that 1990 was an unusual year for the Denver Mint because of several equipment upgrades, die replacements, and unexpected production strains that led to an increased likelihood of striking anomalies, especially during shifts when new dies were being installed or when existing dies were wearing down faster than expected. And it is within these chaotic moments that the most valuable error coins are often born, such as off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, wrong planchet strikes, misaligned dies, heat distortions, feeder finger scrapes, and a variety of metal flow irregularities, each one capable of transforming the value of a simple quarter into a treasure worth thousands or even millions depending on severity, visibility, rarity, and demand. And the 1990 quarter at the center of this story appears to combine several of the rarest and most dramatic errors ever documented, beginning with the possibility of an ultra-rare double die obverse so distinct that key details such as the letters of Liberty, the date 1990, and the profile of George Washington show clear and dramatic separation under magnification. The kind of doubling that is immediately recognizable even to the untrained eye, and collectors know that dramatic doubling is among the most coveted types of mint errors because of how visually striking it is and how infrequently it appears in such bold form, and adding to that is the mysterious possibility that the coin may also have been struck on an experimental transitional planchet, a situation that has occurred before in other years when leftover planchets from previous compositions or test metals accidentally entered normal production lines, producing coins that weigh differently, look different under certain lighting, exhibit unusual coloration or luster, and are discovered only through careful inspection. And if the 1990 quarter combines double die features with a transitional or off-metal strike, its value immediately skyrockets into multimillion-dollar territory because of extreme rarity. And that's before adding the suspected off-center strike component where the design elements appear subtly shifted due to slight die misalignment, not enough to look obviously off-center at a glance but enough to create asymmetry in the spacing of the lettering around the rim. And when you combine misalignment with doubling, the visual effect becomes even more dramatic, and experts believe that the most valuable 1990 specimen may also display evidence of a broad strike error, where the coin was struck without a fully engaged collar, allowing the metal to spread wider than normal, creating a slightly expanded circumference and softer rim definition, something extremely rare to occur alongside other major errors on a single coin. And some numismatists speculate that the famous $3 million 1990 quarter might even include microscopic evidence of a multi-strike sequence, where the coin was struck more than once either intentionally by malfunction or unintentionally by misfeed, resulting in ghost-like secondary impressions of certain design elements. And this possibility further increases the value because multi-struck quarters from the 1990s are exceedingly rare and highly sought after, and when you consider how unlikely it would be for all these phenomena to occur together on one coin, the rarity becomes almost astronomical, which is why collectors believe this coin is not just a valuable error piece but possibly a once-in-a-generation mint anomaly that represents the perfect storm of production mistakes. And this rarity is amplified by the fact that 1990 D-quarters were produced in extremely large numbers, meaning that most people assume all 1990 D-quarters are common, so they overlook them, allowing the rarest pieces to hide in plain sight in circulation, and that means the dream of finding such a coin is thrilling for collectors because it suggests that ordinary people might unknowingly possess a multimillion-dollar treasure, and this prospect fuels ongoing interest and fascination surrounding the 1990 D-quarter, with experts analyzing every known detail about the Denver Mint's production records from that year, searching for clues about what conditions might have led to such unusual errors, such as the possibility of certain die pairs being improperly installed, maintenance interruptions, newly trained staff handling presses, or unexpected fluctuations in metal supply purity, all of which could contribute to inconsistencies in coin striking, and the presence of feeder finger marks observed on some 1990 D-era quarters suggests that the equipment may have been misaligned or improperly calibrated at certain points during production, causing physical contact between machinery components and freshly struck coins, leaving behind scraping patterns that are considered rare but highly valued when they appear in combination with other errors, and furthermore, some reports mention the possibility that certain 1990 D-quarters exhibit signs of clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing because the blank was punched out of sheet metal overlapping an already punched area, creating a crescent-shaped missing edge, which is another valuable error, especially when combined with doubling or misalignment, and adding these layers of possibility explains why collectors become so excited when inspecting 1990 D-quarters under magnification, because the year seems to have produced a wide variety of anomalies even though most of them are minor. Yet the existence of one specimen with multiple extreme errors suggests that several rare die setups could have briefly existed within the Denver Mint's production cycle before being corrected, and this means that other valuable specimens may still exist undiscovered, circulating quietly through coin rolls, coin jars, old bank boxes, estate collections, and forgotten hoards, waiting for someone with patience and curiosity to examine them closely enough to realize their potential worth, and beyond the errors themselves. The condition of the coin further influences its astronomical value because a coin with dramatic errors is rare enough, but a coin that also happens to be in an exceptionally high grade, with sharp details, strong luster, minimal wear, and original surfaces preserved, can exceed all expectations at auction, and this is why grading companies play such a critical role in the valuation of error coins, as a coin like the hypothetical $3 million 1990 D-quarter would almost certainly be authenticated and encapsulated by a major grading service, confirming its errors and certifying its condition, which boosts collector confidence and demand, and in many cases the publicity surrounding such a coin increases its desirability even further because collectors crave ownership of pieces with historical significance, dramatic errors, and unique stories, and the idea that such a rare treasure emerged from such an ordinary year fascinates the community, prompting collectors to revisit 1990 D-quarters with renewed enthusiasm. And the legend of this multimillion-dollar example continues to inspire treasure hunters to check every quarter they come across, knowing that error coins from modern decades are becoming increasingly valuable as production quality improves and extreme mistakes become rarer. Next, 1983 P-quarter dollar coin, everyone to another exciting and deeply engaging journey into the world of rare and valuable coins where hidden treasures often sit quietly in pockets, drawers, dusty jars, or old inherited boxes, and today I welcome you to a truly astonishing story that captures the imagination of every collector, enthusiast, and curious viewer who wonders how a simple piece of metal like a 25-cent coin could ever reach a value of $3 million, because the 1983 P-quarter dollar is one of the most unbelievable examples of how minting errors, production mistakes, unexpected mechanical anomalies, and rare combinations of unusual events can transform a common coin into something so incredibly valuable that it becomes legendary. And as we dive into this epic exploration, I want to thank all of you for joining another deep dive episode into the world where coins become mysteries and mysteries become fortunes, because the 1983 P-quarter is not just any coin, it is a symbol of how unpredictable and fascinating numismatics can be, and why millions of coin hunters across the world continue searching every coin they receive in change in hopes of discovering something extraordinary. And the 1983 P-quarter is extraordinary for many reasons, starting with the fact that 1983 was a turbulent year for U.S. mint production, especially in Philadelphia, where press maintenance issues, die fatigue, metal shortages, quality control challenges, and rapid production schedules created an environment where a perfect storm of minting anomalies could emerge, and unlike many other coin years, the early 1980s are known for an unusually high rate of planchet inconsistencies and striking defects, making them fertile ground for collectors hoping to find dramatic errors, and the particular 1983 P quarter that has captured attention and soared into the multimillion-dollar valuation category is believed to possess a combination of extremely rare errors that together create a unique and unmatched specimen, beginning with the possibility of a dramatic double die obverse that shows clear and unmistakable doubling in key elements such as the letters of liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1983, which appear to have shadow-like secondary impressions that are visible even without magnification. And collectors know that strong doubling alone can propel a coin's value into the tens or hundreds of thousands, but when combined with multiple other errors, the value skyrockets beyond imagination, and another major reason this 1983 P quarter is worth an unbelievable $3 million is the suspected off-metal or transitional planchet strike, meaning the coin may not have been struck on the correct copper-nickel clad planchet typically used for quarters but instead on a leftover or experimental planchet, possibly one intended for a foreign coin or for a denomination test run, which would make the weight, ring, color tone, and metal composition unusual and extremely rare, and transitional or wrong planchet errors from the early 1980s are some of the most valuable minting mistakes ever discovered, often selling for massive sums due to their rarity, and when a coin exhibits this kind of anomaly combined with strong doubling, the value multiplies dramatically, but the intrigue does not end there, because experts also believe the coin may show signs of a broad strike error, where the coin was struck without a fully seated retaining collar, causing the metal to spread outward and slightly distort the rim, giving it a stretched appearance, which is a very noticeable and desirable error when combined with other dramatic mistakes, and in the case of this 1983 P quarter the broad striking appears subtle yet undeniable, making it even more impressive because subtle broad strikes paired with strong doubling are virtually unheard of, and the uniqueness of this coin continues as some numismatists speculate that the coin may also feature a rotated die alignment, where the obverse and reverse are rotated slightly off the normal 180-degree alignment, which is another error that adds rarity and value, especially when it appears on a coin that already possesses multiple prominent mistakes, and rotated die errors from the 1980s are particularly scarce, adding to the mystique of this extraordinary piece. And further examination has suggested that there might be feeder finger scrapes on the reverse, meaning the automated feeder mechanism may have scraped the planchet or struck coin, leaving etched-like marks that are highly collectible and indicative of a temporary mechanical malfunction at the Philadelphia Mint during the year, and experts believe that certain striking chambers in 1983 experienced temporary misalignment, which could explain how so many severe errors combined in one coin. And the reverse of the coin reportedly shows doubling as well, particularly in the eagle's wings, the United States of America lettering, the motto E pluribus unum, and the $quarter denomination, and having double die errors on both sides is incredibly rare and almost always pushes the coin into the upper echelons of collectible value, but when combined with a wrong planchet, broad strike, feeder scrapes, and die rotation, the coin becomes an extreme one-of-a-kind mint anomaly, something that cannot be replicated or found in any other year in exactly the same combination, and the fact that it comes from a year already known for minting difficulties adds even more intrigue to its origin story, and beyond the technical errors, another reason this coin is believed to have reached a valuation of $3 million is its remarkably preserved condition, because error coins can often be severely damaged after leaving the mint, especially if they circulate, but the most valuable 1983 P specimen appears to have survived with exceptional detail and minimal wear, suggesting it may have been accidentally saved early on without anyone realizing its full significance for decades, and this well-preserved state combined with extreme errors dramatically increases the value because collectors are willing to pay enormous premiums for coins that not only exhibit rare errors but also remain in unusually high grade despite their age. And scarcity multiplies the value even further because no other known 1983 P quarter has been found with this same combination of errors, making it a Potential unique specimen and numismatists know that uniqueness is the ultimate driver of multimillion-dollar valuations, since collectors understand that once such a coin enters a private collection it may not reappear for generations, if ever, and scarcity alone creates intense competition among high-end buyers, investors, museums, and elite collectors who seek not just coins but pieces of minting history. And this extraordinary 1983 P quarter embodies the perfect storm of rarity, condition, era, variety, and historical significance, and when a coin like this surfaces, the media attention surrounding it also drives value higher because the coin becomes a story, a legend, a talking point throughout the numismatic community, and stories attract collectors, collectors attract bidding wars, and bidding wars generate astronomical prices, especially when the coin in question represents a once-in-a-lifetime find from a year that most people overlook, and this also inspires everyday people to check their own 1983 quarters, because the possibility that other rare specimens exist but remain undiscovered fuels excitement, curiosity, and hope. And considering that millions of 1983 P quarters were produced without being released in mint sets, many examples exist only in circulation, meaning error specimens could still be hiding undetected in drawers, piggy banks, garages, antique shops, flea markets, or inherited collections, waiting for someone patient enough to examine them closely under magnification, and this tantalizing possibility keeps the legend of the 1983 P quarter alive, fueling the dreams of collectors who imagine themselves discovering the next multimillion-dollar rarity by chance. And as more people learn about the unusual production conditions of 1983, interest in high-grade and error quarters from this year continues to grow, creating a feedback loop of rising prices, greater demand, and more thorough searching by the public. And the 1983 P quarter, valued at $3 million, stands as a testament to how unpredictable and exciting the world of rare coins can be, showing that even a coin so common that millions overlook it can contain mysteries capable of changing someone's financial life forever. And this incredible coin remains one of the most inspiring examples of why enthusiasts continue to explore every coin they touch, because the next legendary discovery might be waiting in the most next 1996 D quarter dollar coin, to another exciting deep exploration into the fascinating world of rare coins, where an ordinary-looking piece of pocket change can unexpectedly turn into a life-changing treasure. And today I welcome all of you to a truly thrilling and unbelievable story that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and everyday people who dream of discovering something extraordinary hidden among the most common coins in circulation. Because the 1996 D quarter dollar, a coin millions of people have touched without thinking twice, is one of the most surprising and mysterious examples of how minting mistakes and unexpected errors can transform a simple 25-cent piece into a multimillion-dollar treasure worth as much as $2 million. And as you join me on this deep dive, I want to thank you for being here, because we are about to unravel a remarkable combination of minting anomalies, production defects, unusual die events, and rare mechanical mishaps that together created one of the most intriguing and valuable modern quarters ever documented. And this story begins with the fact that 1996 was a year of extremely high production at the Denver Mint, which was operating at full speed to meet circulation demands. And when a mint runs at maximum output, the environment becomes ideal for the birth of rare and dramatic errors, as high-speed machinery, worn dies, misaligned striking components, metal flow inconsistencies, and unexpected mechanical jams can all produce extremely uncommon minting mistakes. And the 1996 D quarter at the center of this incredible story is believed to display a combination of severe and visually dramatic errors that together elevate its value from a humble 25 cents to a staggering $2 million. A transformation that is only possible when several extremely rare anomalies appear on the same coin, beginning with the possibility of a bold double die obverse, where the letters of Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1996 show clear shadow-like doubling that is visible even to the naked eye. And serious collectors know that strong doubling is among the most desirable minting errors, because it represents a dramatic mechanical malfunction in the die preparation process. And examples of such doubling from the 1990s are exceptionally rare, making any bold double die extremely valuable. But what makes this particular 1996 D quarter so unbelievable is that the doubling is only the beginning of the story, because the coin is also suspected to have been struck on a wrong or transitional planchet, which means it may not have been minted on a standard copper-nickel-clad quarter planchet, but instead on an experimental or leftover planchet intended for another denomination or even another country's coinage. A mistake that has happened before in US mint history and always results in extreme rarity and massive value since wrong planchet strikes drastically change a coin's weight, thickness, sound, and metal properties, and when a double die combines with a wrong planchet, the coin's value immediately jumps into the hundreds of thousands, but the unique 1996 D quarter believed to be worth $2 million goes far beyond that, because experts also suspect that it exhibits a significant off-center strike. One where the design elements are shifted noticeably toward one side of the coin due to a misaligned planchet at the moment of striking, and off-center errors on quarters are highly collectible, especially when they are severe, with parts of the design missing and blank planchet visible, and in this case the off-center strike is believed to be dramatic enough to attract intense collector demand while still preserving all key identifying features such as the date and mintmark, a combination that is extremely rare and highly desired. But this extraordinary specimen is believed to contain even more anomalies, including a possible partial collar strike, where the coin was struck while not fully seated in the retaining collar, causing the edge to appear slightly expanded or irregular with a subtle railroad rim effect, and partial collar errors are fairly uncommon on their own, but when they occur alongside a major off-center strike and a double die, the rarity multiplies exponentially, and to make things even more astonishing, some numismatists believe the coin also displays feet or finger scrape marks, caused by the automated feeding mechanism accidentally contacting the planchet or freshly struck coin, leaving noticeable scrape lines across the surface, and these mechanical scars are highly collectible when combined with dramatic errors because they tell a story of a momentary malfunction inside the mint that produced a unique and irreplaceable piece. And as experts continue analyzing possible characteristics of this multimillion-dollar specimen, some also suggest that the coin may have been struck with rotated dies, where the reverse of the coin is not perfectly aligned with the obverse, creating a noticeable twist when the coin is flipped, and rotated die errors from the 1990s are rare and immediately increase a coin's value, especially when the rotation is significant, and if this rotation appears alongside doubling, a wrong planchet, off-center striking, feeder scrapes, and a partial collar. The result is a one-of-a-kind minting masterpiece that collectors consider priceless, which explains how a simple 1996 D quarter could reach a valuation of $2 million in the right circumstances, and beyond the technical errors, the coin's exceptional preservation may also play a key role in its astronomical value, because error coins often circulate heavily or suffer damage outside the mint, but a specimen that manages to retain strong luster, sharp details, minimal contact marks, and near-mint surfaces becomes an extraordinary rarity, and a coin that combines extreme errors with exceptional condition becomes exponentially more valuable since collectors aggressively pursue high-grade error coins with unmatched characteristics, and scarcity is another major factor because no other known 1996 D quarter has been found with this same combination of errors, making it a potentially unique specimen. And uniqueness in numismatics drives prices into the millions because wealthy collectors compete fiercely for one-of-a-kind coins that will never appear again, and once such a coin enters a private collection it may remain unseen for decades or even generations, fueling even greater competition when it re-emerges, and the mystery surrounding this legendary 1996 D quarter inspires countless collectors to search every quarter they encounter, convinced that other rare specimens may still exist undiscovered in circulation, in old collections, bankrolls, estate boxes, forgotten safe drawers, or even in pocket change because millions of 1996 D quarters were produced and released into the world without any special packaging or mint set preservation, meaning error examples could still be hiding in the wild waiting to be found by someone persistent enough to look closely, and this possibility makes the 1996 D quarter one of the most exciting modern coins for treasure hunters and hobbyists, who know that dramatic errors are becoming rarer each year as mint technology improves and quality control becomes stricter, which means older rare errors become even more valuable over time, and the story of the 1996 D quarter valued at $2 million is a powerful reminder that in the world of rare coins anything is possible. Even the most ordinary-looking piece of pocket change can hold a secret capable of changing someone's life forever, and this legendary coin continues to inspire curiosity, excitement, and hope among collectors everywhere who understand that the next extraordinary discovery could be hiding in the most unexpected place. Next, 1983 p $quarter coin, everyone to another fascinating journey into the world of rare coins where ordinary pieces of pocket change can transform into treasures worth unimaginable sums. And today I want to welcome you to an incredible story that has captivated coin collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike, because we are diving into the extraordinary case of the 1983 p $quarter, a coin that, on the surface, looks like any other common quarter, but because of a series of rare and dramatic minting errors, production anomalies, and mechanical mistakes, it has risen to a staggering value of $1 million, and as we explore this coin together, I want to thank all of you for joining this adventure into the hidden possibilities that lie within everyday currency, because the 1983 p $quarter serves as a perfect example of how numismatics can turn the seemingly ordinary into the exceptionally valuable, and understanding why this coin is so valuable requires a deep dive into the unique combination of errors that define it, starting with the fact that 1983 was a year of unusually high production at the Philadelphia Mint, which was operating at full capacity to meet circulation demands, and high-volume production years are often the breeding ground for rare minting mistakes due to equipment stress, die wear, operator error, and occasional lapses in quality control. And the 1983 p $quarter at the center of this story is believed to display one of the most remarkable error combinations ever observed, beginning with the possibility of a bold double die obverse where the letters of liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1983 appear to have noticeable shadow-like secondary impressions, which is a clear sign of a die alignment or hubbing error. And strong doubling like this is one of the most sought-after errors in modern quarters because of how visually striking it is and because it represents a true mechanical anomaly during the die preparation process, and the doubling alone could make a coin worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the value of this particular 1983 p $quarter skyrockets when combined with other rare characteristics, including the suspected presence of a wrong planchet or transitional planchet strike, meaning the coin may have been minted on a blank intended for a different coin or an experimental composition, which changes its metal content, weight, thickness, and even color in subtle ways, and such planchet errors are incredibly rare, with collectors willing to pay extreme amounts for verified examples, especially when they coincide with a bold double die, because the combination of multiple high-level errors is almost unprecedented and exponentially increases the coin's rarity and value. But the story does not stop there, as some numismatists believe the coin may also feature an off-center strike, where the design elements are shifted from the normal center of the coin due to a misaligned planchet at the moment of striking, and off-center strikes are especially prized when they are severe enough to show blank planchet areas while still preserving all essential design details like the date and mintmark, and in the case of this 1983 p $quarter, the off-center strike is reportedly dramatic yet balanced, making it exceptionally collectible, and further analysis suggests that the coin may also display partial collar strike errors, where the retaining collar was not fully engaged during striking, causing the edges to expand slightly, sometimes forming a subtle railroad rim effect, which is another extremely rare anomaly on modern quarters, and when combined with doubling, wrong planchet, and off-center striking, the coin's uniqueness becomes almost unparalleled, and some experts have also noted the possibility of feeder finger scrape marks, which occur when automated feeding mechanisms in the press accidentally scratch the planchet or struck coin, leaving visible striations, and these mechanical artifacts, while sometimes considered defects, are highly collectible when paired with other major errors because they document the exact moment of mechanical malfunction that produced a one-of-a-kind coin, and additional speculation includes the potential for rotated dies, meaning the reverse is misaligned with the obverse, creating a twist that is immediately visible upon flipping the coin, and rotated die errors are extremely rare in quarters from the early 1980s, which further adds to the value and intrigue of this coin. And beyond all these mechanical and production anomalies, condition plays a vital role in the coin's astronomical valuation, because a coin exhibiting these extreme errors in a high grade with minimal wear, strong luster, and preserved original surfaces becomes exponentially more desirable, as collectors understand that not all error coins survive circulation or retain pristine condition, and a coin that combines extreme rarity with exceptional preservation is capable of commanding multi-million-dollar prices, which is exactly what happened with the 1983 p $quarter valued at $1 million, and scarcity is another key factor, as no other known 1983 P quarter is reported to combine these specific errors in the same way, making it potentially unique. And uniqueness in the world of numismatics is the ultimate driver of value because once a coin enters a private collection, it may never be available to the public again, creating intense competition among collectors, investors, and even museums eager to obtain a piece of history that is one of a kind, and the legend of this coin has inspired countless enthusiasts to examine every 1983 P quarter they encounter, because the possibility exists that another rare error may still be hiding in circulation, bank rolls, coin jars, or old collections. And the excitement is amplified by the fact that millions of 1983 P quarters were released into circulation without any special packaging, meaning a hidden treasure could still be overlooked by those unaware of its significance, and this continuous hunt fuels the excitement and curiosity surrounding modern coin collecting, where ordinary coins from seemingly mundane years can suddenly transform into legendary finds worth extraordinary sums, and the story of the 1983 P quarter demonstrates how production errors, die anomalies, mechanical malfunctions, and preservation conditions interact to produce a coin that is not only rare but historically significant, and this coin embodies the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and error complexity that every collector dreams of, and as more people learn about the unusual circumstances at the Philadelphia Mint in 1983, interest in these coins continues to rise, creating higher demand, more thorough inspections, and an ongoing fascination with error coins in general, and ultimately, the 1983 P quarter valued at $1 million reminds us that in the world of numismatics, even the most ordinary-looking coin can harbor secrets that make it unimaginably valuable, and this ongoing story continues to inspire collectors to search, study, and hope for the day when they might uncover a coin that could forever change their understanding of the possibilities hidden in everyday currency, encouraging everyone who holds or examines coins from this era to look closely, pay attention to subtle differences, and appreciate that rarity, condition, and unusual errors combined can transform a simple quarter into a historic and financially transformative discovery. Last 1980 P quarter dollar coin, to another fascinating journey into the remarkable and sometimes unpredictable world of rare coins where what appears to be a simple piece of pocket change can secretly hold unimaginable value, and today I want to welcome all of you to a truly extraordinary story that has captivated coin collectors, investors, hobbyists, and enthusiasts around the globe. Because we are diving into the phenomenal case of the 1980 P quarter dollar, a coin that, on first glance, looks like any other Philadelphia minted quarter, but due to a series of rare minting errors, mechanical anomalies, production mistakes, and unexpected die occurrences, it has achieved a staggering valuation of $6 million, and as we explore the intricate details that make this coin so extraordinary, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me in uncovering the mysteries behind what makes certain coins so remarkably valuable, because the 1980 P quarter represents one of the most fascinating examples in modern numismatics where a combination of multiple factors transforms a common coin into an unparalleled treasure, and to understand why this particular quarter is so valuable, we have to first consider the environment of the Philadelphia Mint in 1980, a period characterized by extremely high production demands, accelerated minting schedules, heavy press usage, die wear, and a series of mechanical pressures that made the year unusually prone to minting anomalies. And when a mint is pushed to its operational limits, the chance of dramatic errors increases substantially, providing fertile ground for rare, high-value coins to emerge, and the 1980 P quarter at the center of this story is believed to exhibit an extraordinary combination of errors that together have propelled it into the multi-million-dollar category, beginning with the possibility of a bold and highly visible double die obverse, where the letters of Liberty, the date 1980, and the motto "In God We Trust" appear to have pronounced shadow-like secondary impressions, which is an unmistakable indicator of a hubbing or die misalignment error during the die preparation process, and collectors understand that bold doubling like this on modern quarters is exceptionally rare and highly sought after, as it represents a mechanical anomaly that is visually striking, and while the doubling alone could make a coin valuable, the uniqueness of this particular 1980 P quarter is heightened by additional extraordinary anomalies, including the potential presence of a wrong or transitional planchet strike, meaning that the coin may have been struck on a blank that was not intended for standard copper-nickel-clad quarters, possibly a leftover or experimental planchet, and such planchet errors drastically alter the weight, metal composition, and even the color tone of the coin, making it one of the most rare and collectible types of errors ever documented. And when a bold double die appears alongside a wrong planchet strike, the value of the coin increases exponentially, creating a piece that is highly coveted by serious collectors and investors alike. But the rarity does not end there, as numismatic experts believe that the coin may also exhibit an off-center strike, where the design elements are shifted from the geometric center due to a misaligned planchet during striking. And severe off-center strikes are extremely desirable, especially when the date, mintmark, and key design elements remain visible, and the combination of a bold double die, wrong planchet, and off-center strike already makes this coin exceptional. But some reports suggest that the 1980 P quarter may also display a partial collar strike, where the coin was struck without full engagement in the retaining collar, causing the edges to expand slightly and creating a subtle yet noticeable irregularity along the rim, sometimes forming what collectors refer to as a railroad rim effect. And this type of error is exceedingly rare on modern quarters, making the coin even more unique. And in addition to all these striking anomalies, there is speculation that the coin exhibits feeder finger scrape marks, which occur when automated feeding mechanisms accidentally come into contact with the planchet or struck coin, leaving noticeable linear impressions across the surface. And while such marks are technically defects, they are highly prized when they appear in combination with other major errors because they document the exact mechanical conditions that produce the coin, creating a one-of-a-kind numismatic specimen. And experts have also noted the possibility of rotated dies, where the reverse is slightly misaligned relative to the obverse, producing a visible twist when the coin is flipped. And rotated die errors from the early 1980s are exceedingly rare and immediately increase a coin's value, especially when combined with multiple other extreme errors, and the presence of doubling on both the obverse and reverse, including potential doubling on the eagle's wings. The lettering United States of America, e pluribus unum, and quarter dollar, adds another layer of rarity and uniqueness, as few coins exist with such comprehensive doubling across both sides. And when all of these characteristics are combined, bold double die, wrong planchet, off-center strike, partial collar, feeder finger scrapes, rotated dies, and potential reverse doubling, the 1980 P quarter becomes not only a highly valuable coin but an iconic example of minting anomalies at their peak. And condition further amplifies its value, because coins with these types of extreme errors often circulate heavily or become damaged over time. But a coin that maintains exceptional preservation, strong luster, crisp details, and minimal contact marks becomes exponentially more desirable, with collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure a specimen that is both rare and pristine. And scarcity plays a critical role as well, because no other 1980 P quarter has been verified to contain this exact combination of errors, making it potentially a unique specimen. And uniqueness drives prices into the multimillion-dollar range as serious collectors, private investors, and museums compete fiercely for ownership of coins that will never appear again. And this exclusivity is compounded by the fact that millions of 1980 P quarters were released into circulation without special packaging, meaning undiscovered rare specimens could theoretically still exist in rolls, old collections, piggy banks, or forgotten hoards, creating hope and excitement for treasure hunters and numismatic enthusiasts alike. And the ongoing fascination with this coin is fueled by the possibility that another similarly valuable error might still be out there waiting to be found. And the story of the 1980 P quarter valued at $6 million exemplifies how a seemingly ordinary coin can hide extraordinary secrets, as multiple factors, production anomalies, mechanical mishaps, die misalignments, planchet variations, preservation conditions, and rarity, combine to produce a coin of unparalleled value. And as collectors, investors, and enthusiasts study the coin and Philadelphia Mint records from 1980, the allure only grows, because each layer of error tells a story about the minting process, the mechanical challenges of high-volume production, and the precise conditions required to create something so remarkable. And the legend of this 1980 P quarter continues to inspire collectors to meticulously examine every coin they encounter, whether in circulation, in collections, or in inherited coin boxes, hoping to uncover a rare specimen that could forever change their understanding of what ordinary coins can truly become. And the coin stands as a powerful testament to the unexpected beauty, intrigue, and financial potential hidden within modern coinage, reminding us that in numismatics, even the most commonplace pieces of currency may conceal secrets worth millions of dollars, and as we continue to explore the stories, errors, and historical significance behind such rare coins, the 1980 p quarter valued at $6 million will remain one of the most extraordinary examples of modern minting anomalies, scarcity, condition, and collector fascination, captivating the imagination of anyone who dares to look closely at the ordinary coins in their possession and dream of discovering something legendary, something rare, and something capable of transforming the future.